All roads leading to Paris for the second leg of the Champions League round of 16 tie. Real Madrid, remember, leading at 3-1, given a 75% chance to advance at the expense of PSG, according to the SPI. And of course, as we all know, it's a PSG without Neymar. Sid, there seems to have been a theory that's evolved over the last few days that somehow this is beneficial to PSG, that somehow Angel Di Maria is going to fill his space, and somehow it's to the better of the Parisian club. Are you buying that at all? Are they buying it in Madrid?
No, I don't buy it at all. I don't buy it in the slightest, to be honest with you. I mean, this is something that obviously has become, has got certain parallels to the way that we've analysed Barcelona this year. And there's been a lot of people saying that Barcelona are stronger without Neymar. And I think that's true if you see the kind of the structural changes. But that's true within one very, very important kind of set of limitations. And that set of limitations is that no one wants to be without a player as good as Neymar is. And I think certainly Real Madrid will look at this and feel that Paris Saint-Germain have been denied that extra spark of creativity, the ability to, or some of the ability at least to unlock them if they play relatively defensively, if they play quite compact, if they play quite deep. And bear in mind as well that Real Madrid's approach to this game is not just conditioned by the injury to Neymar. Perhaps more importantly, it's conditioned by the potential injuries to players of their own. They've got Toni Kroos, they've got Marcelo, and they've got Luka Modric, all of them doubts to this game. The hope is that at least one, maybe two, perhaps even all three of those will be able to play. But Real Madrid's preparation for this game, if you look back over the last 4 or 5 matches, not quite 4 or 5, 3 or 4 matches, has been very clear that what Zidane's been doing is trying other things to try and decide which way he approaches this. And I think we'll see a 4-4-2, and I think we'll see a team built to play on the counter-attack.
Ali, a little earlier we looked at Brazil without Neymar and saying how lesser of a team they might be. Surely PSG aren't going to be the same without him, are they?
I mean, the reasoning is very simple. Why do you go and expend the money for a player that is going to put you over the top to then turn around and say, you know what, we're going to be okay without Neymar? No, that's not how it works. The truth is that Neymar is a special talent. He's one of the top 3, top 5 players in the world. And so him not being on the field makes Real Madrid feel a whole lot better about themselves. To Sid's point, the 4-4-2 is going to allow this team to be more balanced if you're Real Madrid. And at their very best, when they were advancing through the competition in Champions League, they were a counter-attacking team. And this game sets up for a counter-attack, where Real Madrid is going to have substrate pressure, maybe going to make it difficult for PSG. PSG turns the ball over in a bad area, and then you go with the talented players in the attack. I think Real Madrid is set up perfectly for this match.
The disappointing thing for me is the fact that he's not going to play, and that we're not going to have a chance to sit and look at, is this guy, having made the big money move that Ali says, is he the real deal to take PSG to that next level, beating one of the Spanish giants? Because we talked about him a lot after the first leg. Stevie in particular gave him a right going over, because Rabiot and Verratti really carried the water for that team that day. And the front three, I kind of think, let them down. Rabiot mentioned that in his after-match comments by saying, well, it's OK beating the soft teams in France by 6 or 7 goals, but we got to do it against the bigger teams. That was a little nudge to the front guys. And now Neymar's not going to be available. I think that takes an edge off the game from a neutral perspective.